Apologize. Express regret for something that one has done something wrong. Forgiveness. Due regard for the feelings, wish, or rights of others. Furious. Extremely angry. Omits. Fail or neglect to do so. Respect. The action of gathering together so assembly, the action of gathering together as a group for a common purpose. Declare. Relent, become less severe, intense. Okay. Now, assembly, the action of gathering together as a group for a common purpose. Neglect, fail to care for properly. Respect, due regard for the feelings, wishes, and rights of others. Reproach, become less severe or intense. Apologize, express regret or something that one has done something wrong. Forgiveness, stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense. Omits, fail to care for the fail or neglect to do. Furious, extremely angry. Relent, say something in a solemn and emphatic manner. Declare, express to someone's disapproval of or disappointment in another actions for that person. So the 10th activity, this is group work. How do you think the sage Brigu has described this incident to the other sages? Prepare the speech and present it to the class. Orpheus and Eurydice. Once there was a famous musician called Orpheus. He was considered the greatest musician of all time. Apollo, the Greek god of music, admired him very much and presented him with a lyre, a musical instrument. No one could resist his music. Humans and gods alike were charmed by his music. It was said that even wild beasts used to sit and listen to him. Meanwhile, Orpheus met a wood nymph called Eurydice. Nymphs were supposed to be minor nature deities who looked like beautiful women. They fell in love with each other and got married. They were very happy. One day, Eurydice had the misfortune of stepping on a snake. The snake bit her and she died. Orpheus was heartbroken. He refused to accept that his wife was dead. Orpheus was a brave man. He decided to go to the land of the dead to bring his wife back. He wasn't afraid to take on such a perilous journey. After traveling for a long time, he reached the source of the river Styx, the river which separated the world of the living and the world of the dead. There he met Charon, the boatman of the underworld. Charon refused to take Orpheus in his boat. No one but the dead can enter the underworld, he said. But clever Orpheus, playing his lyre, persuaded Charon to row him across the river. Then he charmed Cerberus, the enormous three-headed guardian dog of the underworld, with his music. The dog let him pass. Hades and Persephone, the king and the queen of the underworld, were amazed by the purpose for his visit. They were also enchanted by Sis and felt sorry for him. I will give you one chance, Hades said. He agreed to let Orpheus take Eurydice back. If you don't look back until you reach the world of the living, she will be yours. But if you break your promise, she'll turn into a spirit again. Hades warned. Orpheus agreed and began the journey. But as he stepped from the cave of the underworld, he became impatient. He turned back to look at his wife. Sadly, Eurydice hadn't yet fully emerged. At once she sank back, murmuring farewell. Now, and this is the 11th activity. Answer the following questions. What was Orpheus? Orpheus was a famous musician. He was considered the greatest musician of the time. Why was Orpheus called a great musician? Apollo, the Greek god of music, admired him very much and presented him with a lyre, a musical instrument. And who was Eurydice? Eurydice was a forest nymph. What happened to her? Eurydice had the misfortune of stepping on a snake, and the snake bit her and she died. Whom did Orpheus meet on his way to the underworld? Charon. How did he convince everybody to take Eurydice back? He played his lyre and persuaded Charon to row him across the river. Why was Orpheus not successful? Give reasons for your answer. As he stepped from the cave of the underworld, he became impatient. He turned back to look at his wife, but he didn't yet fully emerge. What lessons can we learn from this story? Patience is virtue. Now, this is the 12th activity. Read these sentences and select words close to meaning words given in italics. God Apollo admired Orpheus very much. Admired, held in high regard. Admired, held in high regard. Both humans and gods were charmed by his music. Charmed, fascinated. Charmed, fascinated. Eurydice has the misfortune to step on the snake. Misfortune, bad luck. Misfortune, bad luck. Orpheus was a brave man. Brave, fearless. Brave, fearless. Orpheus wasn't afraid to go to the underworld. Afraid, scared. Afraid, scared. Orpheus took a perilous journey to the underworld. Perilous, dangerous. Perilous, dangerous. Charon refused to take Orpheus in his boat. Refused, declined. Refused, declined. Orpheus persuaded Charon to force him across the river. Persuaded, forced. Persuaded, forced. Hades and Persephone were amazed by Orpheus' visit. Amazed, astonished. Amazed, astonished. Hades and Persephone asked Orpheus the purpose of his visit. Purpose, cause. Purpose, cause. Now let's go to the 13th activity. Work in small groups. You're going to narrate a story to the class. The first member of your group will start with the following words. He or she will narrate a part of what happened. After that, each member will contribute by adding a part to the story. Finally, the first member will have to give the conclusion. Last Sunday, Nisali wanted to go to the library, but now write down your own story. Folk tales. What are folk tales? A folk tale is a story that originated in a particular culture and has typically passed on by word of mouth. Now read and enjoy the following folk tale. Once there was a man who had 4 sons. They were always fighting with each other. The father was worried and wanted to teach him a good lesson. When he was very ill and lay dying in his bed, He asked his sons to come to him. When they came, the old father gave him a bunch of sticks and said, "Can you break these sticks?" Each one of them took the bundle. The first son tried to break it, but failed. He tried very hard and finally gave up. Then it was the turn of the second son to try his luck. He thought it would be an easy task and picked up the bundle easily. He tried his best to break it, but nothing happened. Then the third son tried to break it, but he couldn't do anything either. Meanwhile, the younger son jeered at his brothers and thought they were very incompetent. He thought he was very clever and took one stick at a time and easily broke all of them. The old father then smiled at his sons and said, "Children, do you understand what happened? It is always easier to break the sticks one by one, but when they are bundled together, none of you could break them. In the same way, the four of you should always be together. No one will be able to hurt you then." The four brothers realized what their father was trying to teach them and forgot all the enmity and learned that unity is strength. From that day onwards, they never fought with each other and lived together in peace and harmony. Now activity 14. Now answer the questions given below. List out the characters included in the tale. The characters were a man and his four sons who succeeded the mission in breaking the sticks. How?